Hey guys, I want to talk with you a little bit today about one of the small mechanisms that I use in my life that I've found to be really beneficial at keeping me grounded and re-leveling myself mentally and emotionally at those periods of time when you're stressed out, you're worrying, you have anxiety, you have all sorts of different emotions that can bring you down various points in time, these negative sorts of moments in our life. I've just found it really helpful to have a few go-to things that I'm pretty confident can make me feel better in the face of these things. And I encourage you to seek out things like this in your life that are, accessible to you, and they're easy to do. They don't take a lot of time, but they have this calming effect for you, and they can assuage a little bit of what you're going through or make you feel better about things. And as I started to say, I think there's many different things similar to this that you can use, and I encourage you to find what works for you in your life. The one that I'm going to share with you today is just what works for me, but there's certainly a whole range of different things that I would imagine would have a similar effect for people out there. Like I said, just try to find the things that work for you. But the one that works for me, for whatever reason, is actually studying astronomy and just contemplating everything that exists out there in the great grand scheme of things. I just find it so incredibly grounding to try to contemplate these things. And when you stack up your little woes or things that are stressing you out in your life today at this present moment, you stack those up next to, like I said, the grand vastness of the universe and everything that exists out there. You really start to think to yourself about how insignificant your worries are, and you really have this concept of just the scale of things. And for whatever reason, maybe this is just me, but hopefully you feel a little bit the same about those mechanisms that you find in your life. But when you stack things up in this fashion, you really start to think to yourself, well, geez, why am I worrying so much about XYZ? Because in like I said, the great grand scheme of things, this means absolutely nothing. This moment will pass. This is almost like a non-issue compared to everything that goes on out there and everything that exists in this universe and the impressiveness of it. And it's just nice to have that sort of perspective, I guess you could say, or the way that I look at it is taking a zoomed back look at your life. And like I said, just these little things that are stressing you out in your day-to-day, you have an opportunity to come back to reality. And like I said, just really all this is doing is just serving as a reminder to you that most of the things that we go through in life are really insignificant, in my opinion. And we spend a lot of our time in life just worrying and having anxieties and having stresses and all sorts of different things. So it's really beneficial if you can find things like this that will do this for you. I'll leave some links down in the description of the article here. One of my favorite ones to watch is there's a professional astronomer named David Butler. He's got a great channel, but I love watching the programs about the size of the universe and just having that perspective. I think it's the last thing that I'll say is to equate this a little bit to you is that, if we as individual humans, when you go and you walk and you stand up, you're at the foot of the ocean and you just look out and you just see this endless expanse of water. There's just something about that experience that just reminds you that everything's fine. And like I said, your daily woes are insignificant when compared to the great grandeur of this ocean, or in my case, what I'm describing here, the universe. And I guess you could say it's if you have mechanisms like this can be your small little mental way that you get to go and walk up and visit the ocean in your mind and just have that same sort of emotional experience out of doing something like this. So I hope this helps you. I hope you find those things that aid you in your life in the same way. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll talk again real soon.